Hey guys, it's Janey Debus with janeydebusfit, and if you want to see my first week trying the keto diet, then just keep on watching. To be completely honest, I did try this back in June, and I did not do it right. I thought that I could just eyeball it and make things up as I went, and I ended up feeling awful for about a month. And then I gave up. So since then I have been doing more research to try to figure out how to get over that hump, to get into ketosis a little bit better and to feel better and to make this time hopefully a better journey for me. I embarked in January to try to lose the weight, and I have not. I've kind of gone up and down a little bit overall. I am in better shape. I started working out, going to the gym, things like that, but my body fat has not decreased, and I'm sitting actually at about 35% body fat, which is super high for me. I'm only about 5 foot, and I'm weighing in started about 145 pounds. Just 5 years ago, I was probably more in the 110, 115 range, which is very comfortable for my petite frame. So this week, I started doing the keto diet. So I'm focusing on trying to do around 75% fat, 5-10% carbs, and then the difference in protein. And the way I'm tracking that is probably not the normal keto way. I'm not tracking the actual numbers. What I am doing is plugging all of the foods into my Fitbit as if I were calorie counting, but they do lay out the percentages for you that show you carbs, fats, and proteins. And it's set up for my body weight and all of the information that Fitbit creepily knows about me because I have it on 24/7, and it's also connected to my scale because I have the Fitbit scale as well. So I've been tracking all of my food there and just trying to make sure that my percentages make sense for what I'm trying to do. Also, because I do not have time to get sick, what I've researched is that trying an exogenous ketone to kind of get you over that initial keto flu time could be helpful. So I did start taking Perfect Keto to try to help with that in the morning time. The first couple of days I did a full scoop. It tastes awful. I got the chocolate sea salt, and I don't think that it's a flavor thing. I think it's just ketones are nasty. They use like stevia to sweeten it. It doesn't really make it better. It just kind of makes it drinkable. I tried, mixing it with almond milk and kind of make like a smoothie type thing, and ice. I found the easiest thing to do to get that down is to pour just enough water to make it dissolve and chug it. Also monitoring with those little keto strips, the urine test strips, to see if you're getting extra. And I know that long term that's not a good solution, so if I am doing well with this in a month or so, I'm probably going to get the little thing that you prick your finger to test your ketones. But at the beginning, it does kind of let you know, like, hey, your body's producing ketones, this, that, and the other. And that's the other time that I will take maybe a half scoop of the ketones if I see for some reason that there is a negative on this strip. Depending on the time of day, I will just do maybe a little bit of it to try to increase that. I don't want to take too much, because also if you take the ketones, then you're not absorbing what's in your body because it has to use the ketones first. Another thing that I'm doing is probably not as conventional is, I think it's called keto paleo, and not even in the truest sense of the word, because I am doing dairy, which when I've done weight loss before, I found that dairy is generally okay as long as I'm particular about the kinds of dairy that I'm using. So in the morning, I'm using organic half and half in my coffee, and I occasionally do cheese, and that's pretty much the bulk of my dairy, and butter. And a lot of times that's ghee, which is technically paleo anyway. But the big difference is I'm trying to not use artificial sweeteners at all. I know that you can use stevia, things like that, but I don't really feel super comfortable with it or like the taste of it. I have gotten monk fruit before, and I couldn't even drink my coffee. Like, I'd rather just drink the coffee without any sweetener at all than put the artificial sweetener in it. Also trying to get my calories from whole foods. So my Trader Joe's bill was extremely high this week as I went a little keto crazy, but I'm thinking that will last me for a couple of weeks. So I got fresh caught organic salmon. I got those chomps, beef sticks, a bunch of organic vegetables, trying to limit my fruits, which hurts my heart a little bit, but I have kind of experimented with like maybe a quarter cup of blueberries, and that has kicked me in and out of ketosis. So that's kind of where I had to use the supplements a little bit more. So I have to apparently be very careful with fruit, and it sounds like it gets better as your body gets used to using it. So I have hope that berries will be in my life again soon, but right now I'm trying to be very, very careful with it. So unlike last time, I actually feel fantastic, and I don't know if it's the supplementing with the exogenous ketones or what it was, but I feel great. And last time I didn't track, I just tried to not eat things that I thought in my mind were higher carb. And looking at what I'm eating now and how difficult it is for me to get the amount of fat in my diet, I know that I definitely wasn't doing that. And so it's kind of putting me in that like low carb purgatory state where I was just miserable and I didn't feel good. But this is completely different this time. Like, I feel fantastic. I have a ton of energy, and I'm pretty excited to see how this goes. So far, I've already lost 2.5 pounds, and TMI, but I did start last week, and at the same time that I started keto, I started my period, so that was a fun time. Surprisingly, I didn't have the cravings that I would normally have. After about 2 days, I just kind of felt normal. It wasn't really a major thing, and then as soon as that ended, I started to see the pounds kind of drop off. Like a lot of people say, they have that initial water weight shed, and I had kind of a delayed effect, I think, because of when I started to do the keto diet. A really big goal for me, I have very severe eczema, and it has gotten worse over the past few years. I've been to allergists and dermatologists and a lot of things trying to heal my skin. And I don't know if you can see kind of like the splotchiness here on my wrist, on my hands, and it actually used to be a lot worse. I went on a gluten-free diet a few years back to try to heal up my skin, and that did help. And then I got pregnant, and it's kind of been up, my hormones have been up and down since then with my body, and I've kind of been at a point recently where it's okay. I'm kind of used to it. It's miserable sometimes, but it's, you know, I'm just kind of used to it. It's part of my daily life. But I really want to get better. I'm hoping that eating an anti-inflammatory diet will help my skin. So a few months back, I did get put on a short-term steroid from the allergist to try to clear up my skin, and I felt amazing. My skin cleared up in like 2 days, and it was fantastic. Unfortunately, as soon as that was over, my skin problems just started slowly creeping back into the picture. So I was watching a video by Dr. Annette Bosworth, Dr. Boz, I will link her in the description box, and it was talking about the power of anti-inflammatories and how a Tylenol is basically like 5 cents worth, a steroid, which is like the big guns, is like 50 cents worth, and if you're consistent on a ketogenic diet for say 3 months, it's like $5 worth of anti-inflammation in your body. So if I can have, you know, that much more effect than the steroids on my body just by watching what I put in my mouth, then it is worth it for me to try. I've been kind of caught in this pain for a really long time. One, definitely want to get my body back for the weight loss, but two, my skin hurts. Like, sometimes I'm physically in pain. I don't want to, you know, cuddle with my son or my husband because of the pain that I'm in. Also, I started a new Instagram account just for this weight loss journey that I'm on. So I will pop up on the screen here for you. It is janeydebusfit. And you can follow that journey there if you kind of want a day-to-day update on what I'm doing and what I'm eating. Thank you guys so much for watching my first week doing the ketogenic diet. I am really excited to keep going with this new lifestyle change. If you are interested in all things keto, go ahead and click the subscribe button below and turn on the notifications so that you don't miss my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.
I know you tried so hard.